Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying with Jim Misiura. Today I'm going to tie a LivelyLegz Jighead Prince. The hook that I have in the vise, this is the LivelyLegz lip splitter number 310J. And this is not a 16, I'm using a size 12. This is a barbless black jig hook. And it is 2 extra strong with black nickel. The bead that I have in the vise is the LivelyLegz Down and Dirty slotted tungsten bead. This is a 3.3 millimeter copper for $12.10. Don't frickin' do that to me. And the legs that I'm going to use are the LivelyLegz size medium for the 810. I like that. I'm going to put a little bigger leg on there, and these are the black legs. I'm going to put a little bigger leg on there. The Peacock Herl takes up quite a bit of the leg because of how it wraps. The Herl fuzzes out. I'm going to use some black thread. Now, the tungsten bead, you can see that slot in there. I turn it, and there we go. You want that slot to be on the bottom so that when you push it in there, most of the bead is on the top of the hook. I'm going to use some 8/0 thread and black. Gonna hold that bead up the top in position, and I'm going to put several wraps there to hold it in place. I'm gonna break off my thread. Just gonna hold it with my thumb, that's a little easier. And this is a big bead, so it needs quite a few wraps of thread to kind of hold it in place. And then when you're got it in place, you can see a little bit of a hole in there. But the important thing is that most of the bead is on the top of the hook at this point. Now I'm going to take the LivelyLegz and I'm going to trim that tab. I trim them before I tie them in instead of trying to grab a hold of them and pull it. Now I'm actually going to put that little bit of tab that I have there, I'm going to leave it a little bit into the bead and it should go in that hole. Now I have it on my side of the hook, and when I wrap it, it should come right to the top. Just like that. And then we're going to go to the middle, put 4 or 5 wraps there, and then go behind that leg and secure that. Then I'm going to cut that third set off. And now you're going to save this, and when you get several of them, then you can tie them in individually. And you get an extra 7 flies out of a package. I'm going to bring my thread back to where it would hang at the barb had this been a barbed hook, or right at the end of the flat. Now first thing I'm going to do is tie in the rib, and it really doesn't matter if you put the tail in first or the rib, but I got the rib right here handy, so I'm going to tie that in first. Actually going to kind of tie that right on top. This is actually going to go down around the bend slightly. Oop, watch the point. Now for the tail, I'm going to use a dark ginger Goose Biot. And you just fold them and they come apart. go ahead and take them both. I'm actually going to put them together and I'm going to trim them now. I have them together and I'm going to trim about 1/4 of it off so that way it doesn't go into the legs. Put one on the side. I'm going to use that natural curve there, and I'm going to tie this one on my side. I'm going to take that Biot and put it almost all the way to the leg. Or touch the leg with it, probably a better way to put it. That's okay that it's off like that. Then we're going to take the other one, and since I cut them both the same length, I just have to touch the leg with that one. Let me get this out of the way here. Get this tail out of the way. There we go. Now I can secure that. Wrap all of that tail in. All of that tag, wrap that in. Now we got a division, and they're kind of going down. But when the fly is riding, theoretically should be riding like that. But when it's bouncing around in the rapids and stuff, it's, you know, it might be all over the place. Now I'm going to take 2 Peacock Herl. Got a short one and a long one. Got to get 2 long ones. There we go. I'm going to trim off just a little bit of the brittle end. Still have plenty. It's still 5 inches long. We're going to tie this in. And bring my thread up to the bead. Now I can go ahead and wrap that. I prefer to turn it myself, turn it a little bit so I don't catch that point like I just did. There we go. You want to get that nice and tight to the leg there. I'm going to put one more actually behind it. Then I'm going to go over. And then I'm going to go over on the bottom. And then continue in the middle. And bring that forward. I'm going to finish the head off with my Black Rabbit crystal dub, so I don't need to wrap the Peacock Herl right there in front of that leg. And I'm going to go ahead and trim that off. Be careful you don't lose a leg. Oop, thought I lost one, but it was just hiding. Now I'm going to take that rib and I'm going to counter wrap towards me. And down underneath. And then go between the legs, and I'm going to bring it up to the bead. I'm going to go ahead and break that off because it's extra fine wire. And now this is the hardest part. I'm going to take white Goose Biot. Just go ahead and roll that again and get the two on the end. Pull them off. I'm going to use the natural curve again, put that other on the side. And this one I'm going from my side to your side. And I'm going to hold that there. Once, twice, 3 times. Take the other one, find that natural curve again. And I'm going from your side to my side. One, two, three or four. I'm going to lift them up and put a couple wraps in front. Now I'm going to carefully trim away the tags. I pushed the legs down out of my way. And I didn't cut the legs off this time, which is a plus. And that's what we should be looking at. Now I'm going to take just a little bit of my Black Rabbit crystal dub. Dub that on. Before I do that, I'm going to take my head cement. Whenever I do the princes, I always put the head cement right on right on there itself. So I take my crystal dub and I'm going to wrap that in. Take my whip finish. Go ahead and snip that off. It's already glued. And here we have a LivelyLegz Jighead Prince. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Please visit my sponsors. Let them know I sent you. Leave comments, questions, suggestions, and most of all, thank you very much for watching my videos.